yeah, I think that going into this, like you say, it's going to be interesting.
It's also nice that we've seen both of these teams already play the compositions on their map, so to an extent we are going to be looking out for some anti-stratting from both of them, which is always exciting to see.
They look to carry Chronicle, carry Durka to victory against their former squad. The first victory for Vitality in this matchup, if they find it. And this BO3, honestly, coming in, I think this is their best shot. It's the strongest Vitality have looked coming into one of these matchups. To start, though, it's a bloodbath, all in favor of Alpha.
Yeah, he has really been stepping up over the last couple of weeks. We talked about Vekaj and his need to almost try and not even just fill the gap, but be a part of this new squad. But the man who has really been stepping up, really been taking over these games, has been Alpha, yeah. And what a start, expecting the aggression. And with both of these teams previously playing the map, there is going to be almost a game of chess of who can pull off those aggressive swings, who can take that space. What I will say, though, is although it's a very big advantage early, the remaining two players are in the right place.
Gonna fall back here.
Still, I mean, this would be a sight hold to remember. They already know that one is here. Durka steps forward, gets out, Prophet with one, but so much more needs to be done. Those spams are doing damage.
They can go back.
Fnatic make it out. 30 seconds on the clock, and they can take this where they want. Still have Crashies close by to hear the steps as they rotate away. I'm not sure, though. They might have made it out of range. This rotate from Vitality gets them to the A site. Just ahead of Fnatic. Boaster could be in trouble.
Yeah, there's no going back now. They like to run it late, but it'll be a little bit too late if anybody was able to disrupt.
10 seconds
The fact is,
left.
though, they were just a little bit too slow. Boaster in position. It's a bit whiffy, but he gets the job done in the end. It is Fnatic to claim the pistol round with a patient start. And I'll be honest with you, I'm expecting more of the same.
Okay, I'm gonna play.
I'm gonna zone.
I can play with Kron.
Vice
David smoke, A,
Smoke. I'm good.
Yeah,
Don't mind świecie. Going back to A.
coming A.
I'm gonna reveal front side soon.
Okay, trust.
I tip it away. I'm backside.
Watching
I
top side
smoke
corner.
main.
I can't break it.
Nice.
I pick off you.
I'm coming CT also, guys. Are they out?
Yes.
Wow. We had a little check-in with the Vitality.
They could still run it back in the other direction. In fact, there is an opening. Only Yumpy still on that side of the map. In fact, everybody has been pulled over. But now the realization is there. Alfia takes control, but almost caught. Lucky to still have his head. They will, however, get into the post plant with a matter of seconds on the clock.
Yeah, the time's going to bleed really low, but Vitality have nothing to cancel, nothing to get out there and cause problems, and don't want to just throw themselves at this. The man advantage there for the defense, but Fnatic know that. They're playing aggressive, playing up close, looking to punish them as they come through the choke point, and already the numbers to even, but Crashy's forced into the fight. He wins most, and Vekaj is there to pick up the final pieces. A 3-0 start for Fnatic, and but, well, we don't want to see a lights-out performance from either, to be honest, in this series. This is one that I come into today expecting to go to 3 maps. I expect it to be a brawl, but so far, it is a slaughter in favor of Fnatic, and it ain't changing. Nice pick by Crashies, but really a great flash from Vekaj.
And the players whose teammates have left. But for Chronicle, this is almost the nightmare start. Durka, he's going to try and turn the tide already under serious pressure. The swing a little bit behind because of the slow. He's done fantastically well in this moment. And Durka coming alive is enough to grab Vitality their first round.
You got a nail on the head there. That slow, that hinder that was thrown through was absolutely perfect. Nobody could move in. I'm waiting, they will be. And the gate crush has been sent towards the A site, but you can still see Yumpy is close by. Durka, he's going in for the info, and that is a lot seen. They now know all the eggs can go in this basket. 45 seconds, still a chance for Fnatic to go back, and in fact, a lot of ulti's going to be committed to this immediately. Hunter's Fury from Crashies to try to counter back when Durka had put the slow through, but Durka's still standing on the side, has to be dealt with. It's Kayak to drop him. Now, foothold is gained by Fnatic, but yeah, Yumpy doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Equalizes the numbers, and takes that gate crash. The retake now the goal.
A lot of ults very close to being online. A singular kill for Vekaj or Alpha. That's either abilities or weapons completely gone. On the other side of things, a dimensional drift, a Hunter's Fury that could just turn the tide. This first pick really feels like it might just be the deciding factor of the round, and it's, again, very, very passive from the side of Fnatic. They are happy to work off these post plants, work off the time utility, looking to be denied defusal. Wow, it's just going to be easy in the end. Never mind. Chronicle, he's woken up. first couple of kills onto the board, and Vitality, they've got 2 rounds.
You know, going into that 3v3, I'm thinking, oh, there's no Hunter's Fury online anymore. It was used to entry, but to good effect. We saw him go aggressive towards A main and find nothing. This smoke up's definitely going to make you think that that's what you're facing on the other side. The chance for Fnatic to just flash through as their own blooms. In fact, it's going to be the drone. No flash. Wide swing coming in. Vakaz just playing a risky game. Not punished just yet. The wall goes up, saving them from those first shots. And here's the flash, but Kron, of course, not blinded, gets himself a double, but the rest are still standing. Fnatic have made this into a 3v2, and they've got post plant.
Yeah, they don't have main control, though. The quick rotation from Yumpy was available because of that Cosmic Divide. They are watching, or at least one was, and Crashy's almost used his teammate as bait. Now it's left to PCFIC, and he is not ready for Alpha yet. They came up against a lot in that round. Cosmic Divide, Evolution, but they slow it back down. Almost sell this like before. Okay, last time we did this was a ruse, it was a fake. Now it's the real thing.
Hunter's Fury sent in. Unfake not gonna find his mark, and PCFIC's gone down. This has become uncomfortable, but then Unfake lands. Kayak down, that there's no need to jump the gun here for Durka. You can play that bit more passive, especially with Util guarding him, but wait for the rotations to come through. Again, I think this patience from Vitality has been there. You never see these guys looking for those individual fights, waiting for the teammate to back him up. The Cosmic Divide, oh, I like that. Divide is up, and immediately there's shock darts, there's nades going through, assuming they'll at least get the jump on the players on the other side. But when the dive comes in, oh, Vakaz cleans them up! Fnatic push up to 6, and guess who's on his feet again? He's got to face our Util.
Yeah, we don't want to lose our drone. The drone's, if anything, the most valuable piece, so don't want to send that first. You still also don't want to go walking into the crosshair of Chronicle. Kayak gone. Site is going to be taken, though, and you mentioned it before. Crashy's last time used that ult for the entry, and now they've evened things up. So in the post plant, that Hunter's Fury is going to be perfect.
Oh, they've lost Boaster, and a bit of post plant goes with that. Hunter's Fury sent through, though. That was why. It was an aggressive stance instead. No, they don't want to deny the defuse. They don't want you anywhere near that spike. But still, Vitality press on. Yumpy and Unfake still drawing breath, but Crashy's around the back, waits for contact from Alpha. This is going to be a deadly double swing, and Crashy's deals death to the first, and Shirley has bought enough time. That clock so low already. Alpha just needs to play with his food, avoid being the early pick, and there it is. Ooh. Nicely done. Even with a sliver of health, the clock will decide this fight. And Fnatic push to 8. Utility goes out, the cancel from Kron. It's going to run the clock down, but this time there's another layer to it. There's aggression coming through. Yumpy, big risk player to his left, but he gets out. The drone sees him on the scene of the crime, but just as quickly, he's on the backside. And the numbers thinning out for Fnatic. Sure, one for Boaster, great, but that mid-control, it might open the avenue to rotate back. They need so much more, and it's being held on the cross. It's an op, looking and locking down the angle Boaster was looking across.
That's the problem. You have so many backstabs, so eventually your opponents are going to start looking, especially when they have an advantage. And for Vakaz here, he's been great so far. This is asking a little bit too much. Now, they do have credits. It's not the end of the world if he was to lose his rifle. But for Vitality, it's an important piece, an important marker that all set up on one side of the map. And in fact, that's Yumpy now with no utility portal, not available to save him. And he's just going to have to try and retreat and fails. That's the whole site under the control of Fnatic. We talk about those pace changes, those blips from those slow rounds we love to see, or some do. And this change has made it so difficult for a break back, but that's a big Hunter's Fury.
That's Alpha down. That is as well going to be when Vitality look to push into sight. That flash from Alpha has been so annoying, just holding it for the right moment. Now that's not an option, and they lose a bit of their ability to fight towards the back. That ult finds nobody. The stun, though, is good. PCFIC and Unfake all the way through. Durka does his best to pick up the pieces, but it's in tatters on the floor. 9-3 for Fnatic. A solid opening half in this series. 130.
It's looking pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 130, and they've already made it all the way through mid, deep into the spawn, and it might be one of the quickest attack sides we see. Maybe just for the pistol, and to start, it's Fnatic with flying colors, finding themselves the advantage and the spike. Chronicle having to give up control fully. They have taken the site at least, but that's not going to be a comfortable fight going that deep into the spawn.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is one of the worst places you could possibly drop the spike, so it's going to be very rough to get this back. Alpha even watching in case anybody tries to take a wider angle. Smoke's in position.
Stars back.
Can Unfake steal it? Can he steal it? Yes, he can. He's managed to get the spike.
Alpha's going to strike, though.
Goes forward into position. It's a little bit awkward. Actually, Alpha has come out, I'd say, worse for wear.
Chronicle does well, but yeah, back to a 2v3. Alpha very, very low, but so too is Prophet. This has to be a big performance from Unfake, and oh, he's caught down below. A waterfall washes him away, and Vitality, they stay on 3. Fnatic pushed to double digits.
We talked about the boots that needed to be filled, but I'll be honest, it seems like the shoe already fit. Okay, see you later, Beckash. Nice start to the round. It was only a charge. This, however, that's a rifle on the ground. An early couple of picks. Looking like a done, timing a little bit off, but Kayak had to correct through a smoke.
It should be a different story, but for now, this is the course correction we wanted to see from Vitality. We didn't want a close round. We didn't want too many players falling, and it has to look convincing, and at least for now, it does.
Chance for a little bit of damage. Alpha is going to be the last second peak, but it is being watched for. And it doesn't matter too much for him. He gets to keep the rifle into the next.
As we get to 25 seconds, they have not put a single foot towards the site. Now, finally, they will start to come in, but this has got to be quick and clean. 20 seconds on the clock. Wall goes up. Good fight for Alpha already, and the rest are delayed behind it. 12 seconds. I mean, that spike needs to make it to the site. Vitality, the slowest, but perhaps too slow. Trying to play Fnatic at their own game. 6 seconds. The spike plant not going to be found, and kills not going to be the way this is decided in Vitality's favor. Fnatic 12-4, and match point. Well,
Vitality might just be a piece in their story. One that they have never struggled with all the way through. The warm-up battle, it almost seems at this point. They are going to get into the site. The spams they have to be careful of. A lot earlier on the clock this time, surprisingly. A minute left to plant.
And an opening pick, and a second, and a third. Okay, well, that one should pretty much lock in a 5th for Vitality. Boaster and Alpha might already be thinking about the save. The credits are not looking too healthy, and yeah, you see them turn tail. Okay, nice response from Vitality, and who would have known? Playing that a little bit quicker has worked out. I will say that they were unlucky as well in some previous rounds, where even in the one where they go towards B late, Vitality, a minute now on the clock, and a lot of ultimates to play with. The question here, is it going to be Durka or Unfake the combo? And it will in fact be Unfake, sent through with 1 pulse, and the shots, well, it looks like they've dodged them all, and now the ground well slows them with Kayak doubling up. Fnatic, they've got barely anything put into this round, but somehow they're fighting back, beating Vitality into a pulp in those first fights, and now the playing field is more level. In fact, now tipped firmly into Fnatic's favor. Kayak jumping around, somehow saved by Boaster, and this is it. The map is done. Fnatic have destroyed Vitality on their own pick now. They've got Bind up next.
Yeah, they've won it with a low buy round. They've closed it.
But I think that Fnatic learned a lot from how to deal with Bind and against Navi.
Yeah, I think as well, like, it's good when we're thinking ahead about the global event as well, picking into a map, even though it was so close against Navi the other day, having that confidence, as you said as well, Ginny.
Each to their own. Having the first map choice might have been something they didn't want after how it went. It's not gone fantastically well. They do have this trap set up, though, ready and waiting. The trap has been sprung. Unfortunately, the guy that was meant to swing on it is dead.
That could change things.
Yeah, but it's something they're well aware they do not have. Special delivery thrown out, but not going to delay them too much. Sight is under their control. It allows for a faster rotation at least, and it seems like they're already on the hunt, trying to kill off Beckash, but they will fail. In fact, he takes all 3. What? They knew he was there, and even still, an in-zone flawless.
Can you flash a bit?
And here we go, the exec coming through. They certainly knew it, but Vitality, oh my goodness! They react splendidly with everything picked up. Durka, Yumpy, hold strong. And yeah, they knew the hit was coming in, but I expected a bit more trouble on their hands than that. Despite them being blinded and forced back, all that they get on the side of Vitality is the map control. Valuable, but there is a fight brewing for whoever makes the mistake of stepping forward. My God, again! It just can't be this good! I mean, picks here. No roster changes. The time being run down, though, is nice. This is making it doable. But Fnatic are now ready on both sides. Kayak's got that control towards the bathroom. Getting around there to deny that plant is going to be very tough indeed. Vikash making damn sure of it. And Crashy's by his side, the man who was dominating the duels in the previous. And we'll be closed out at 3-1 for Fnatic. Vitality left looking for answers.
Well, now 2 players there, as it does start to come in for Yumpy. Bear in mind, still having utility to deny them. But more importantly, they managed to drop that spike. Bucky in position, but shooting the boom, but it's lost. Showstopper being utilized. It's a dance with death, and Durka takes the kill. But the rotate back is still there. They still had left Crashies behind. However, Vitality did not full rotate.
No, Unfake stayed patient, and Profex even come back. They think Profex the tip of the spear. Little do they know, there's a dagger in the dark. Boaster, try as he might. He won't make it past Profex. Another round for Vitality. The scoreline stays close.
Second round, an important one. They had a Bucky. There were pieces missing, and well, Durka wanted to fight. I think that's 2 Sheriff headshots. Chronicle is 10 HP.
Yeah, he's had to flee. And stuck in the back of this side, even that nade could be deadly. He tries to run, but Crashies catches, and now Fnatic 4 versus 3 with a Viper's Pit down. They are well and truly favored, flipping the script on its head, and Vitality have to play the retake. They're close to some ults, but nothing that's going to help them. The thing they have got to clear that pit, though, is the dog on Unfake. I don't think they're going to use it.
Oh yeah, Boaster has a molly available. If that gets him a kill, that's orbital strike, so that they can't allow him to get a singular pick here. Crashies, bear in mind, desperately low, but good use of the C's will allow him to escape, and that's now a showstopper available for Alpha here. Those ultimates were close on the other side, but he may not even need it. Just taking the raw firefight, leaving Unfake alone, and well, I don't know if you could hear that spike, I certainly can. It's getting faster and faster by the second. He needs to escape, but Crashies, what was that? 15 HP? Don't care.
Yeah, 0 stress.
Yeah, this is the moment where you almost need to see the change for the side of Vitality. The fact is, again, like you look at Fnatic on these attack sides, it was a 9-3 attack when they faced off against Na'Vi, went all the way back to overtime where they eventually closed it, but we know they're good at the attack. The problem is, the later into the tournament it gets, the better they are at closing. The harder they are to defeat, and immediately we're going to see pressure put in onto Durka, and it's actually Chronicle to go. Durka was trying to flee the scene, and it's Chronicle that bites the bullet, or the rocket. You don't want to bite a rocket.
No, not when it's armed and flying towards you. For Chronicle, he's got the pit at least, but yeah, might not be the thing that recovers the round that they desperately need with his body on the cold, hard ground. Fnatic, 5 versus 4.
Missiles away.
They just have to hold the line. Great flash on backside, orbital strike to buy time, and frankly, I don't know where Yumpy was going, but Profek, well, he set his sights on victory. And he's steaming towards it. A 4K already, and an ace denied, but a round's a round. A much-needed win from Vitality comes in unusual form.
I'm completely baffled as to how they get back into the round.
But after that, just insane individual skill from Profek. And of all the times to land that, the Hail Mary play as the clock hits 0, and they landed a lifeline for Vitality. Unfake with the opening. Profek there to send them into the lead with a 4v3. And now no need to play aggressive anymore.
Yeah, they've got 2 ults that can literally counter this plant completely. So there's not really any need to get over aggressive in this moment. Nightfall going to be utilized, and they're a little bit worried that they're going to be pushed. Instead of holding the ults in hand, they had to switch it up, and that's allowed for the plant to come through. As I said, I thought that was an easy moment for them. Still, though, they are in play.
That's it, they want to use it for the retake. Great flash, and Kayak and Alpha both find those picks, and now trouble brewing for Vitality. They make it to the site, but the setup from Fnatic is so patient as they wait. Flash primed and ready, diffuser blinded, but he hasn't come off the diffuse! Unreal! Balls of steel from Chronicle! But it gets them the round.
But they've just lost 2 back-to-back, so maybe the stats aren't everything.
Oh, TP behind in the bat play, but it's a little risky as Crashies stood that little bit further back. Kayak was taking point. Crashies cleaning up as the wraparound came in, and now Alpha on the other side of the map completely clears this B site. Beautiful round from Fnatic. And even as we see Chronicle, he's going searching for Crashies, waiting for that player to come back out of bathroom, but the rotate's already happened, and Vitality are late to the party.
Yeah, Alpha as well, he's been insane so far. Like, the entries into the site have just been so problematic.
They're coming back.
They're closing in on him. Just
we've got
wait. Okay, around this corner.
Can you shoot, distract him? I'll come up behind.
I don't think he's here. Have you checked lamps?
Wait, and yeah, unlucky.
They must be in lamps. They didn't have too much to spare. They've now built up those credits a little bit more, so an opportunity, and that's where Durka hits his shot. An opener, but this was not the play. Kayak is almost the lurk on the other side. The rest are looking to hit B.
That gets sent back by the Prowler, and Alpha's waiting. A mistake as the wall goes up just a moment too late. And that second, split second as it was, gives Fnatic what they need. Pick, numbers equal, and the B site under threat. Utility sent through, won't delay as long as they'd hope. Boaster's safe to get that plant to the corner, and now it will be the retake that is put to the test. But once the smokes go down, that's Durka's opportunity. Up in hand, coming out from elbow. And it looked for a second like Boaster was going to give him the chance, give him the fight. They sit passive now.
Oh, flash in. Backash still holding on that corner. No ults, and Alfie has still been sat up top. Looking to try and go a little further, but it's Durka once again. The trade's back looking decent, putting it into a 2 versus 2, but the swing out from Backash leaves it onto 1. Showstopper, a chance for Durka, needs to find his prey, and it's missed the mark. Not got deep enough. He will hit the shot eventually, but is there going to be enough time? I think he's just about got this one.
Yeah, he gets there in the end. 3.5 on it.
A few moments now to get the blood pumping. Alpha, yet see you later. Spammed out immediately by Chronicle. And honestly, that's been the danger man. He's been the problem to try and fight against thus far. An unorthodox plant for Crashies. He's just about going to survive. Fade back into the decay. But it's definitely not the norm in terms of plant positions.
Time ticking for Vitality, but the advantage there to play with. Orbital Strike clears a lot of nasty corners, but Vikash has again stepped up to the plate. A Viper's Pit available, but no chance to use it. It keeps going from up top, but the defuse already made it to half. Problems as now they need to swing, they need to stop it, and Profek stands and waits, taking every battle. Vitality goes 6-6, blow to blow with Fnatic in the first half.
On your defense, they have already pushed all the way through showers. They are looking to come in on a hot flank. Now, it is being watched for, but does Unfake expect them this far? He does. And that's an important win in the early round. Does he expect the second? No.
He's so far back as well. Alpha had just started wrapping all the way around. Back towards that B site, so he gets the jump. And the numbers equalize. Smoke soon to fade. Is Durka going to stick around when it does, or is he backing out? Yeah, they're spamming through already, suspecting him to be here. I'm surprised.
Still got Nate.
Still up so close, and okay, Nate's gonna be thrown in. He backs off. Chronicle takes Boaster, and now the only problem is the fact that they can't be wrapped on. They still don't know where Alpha's gotten to or when he's going to strike. Durka, though, up close, keeps this favored Vikash, pulling it back. Alpha's now by his side, and they can make it to this spike, but the time is so desperately low. And with Salvo still to play with, that should seal the deal in favor of Vitality. A big pick, though, that could turn it into Fnatic's favor. Alpha got ahead of the problem. Realized another salvo could come, so he threw himself Fnatic won't pull many punches when it comes to this round.
Oh, yeah, I'm just looking at Alpha here. How far does he go, or is he just waiting out the smoke? His teammate under serious pressure, so him winning a fight on the edge of the smoke could be everything. And well, he's played Chronicle at his own game. A double molly trade, and well, there you go. Yumpy finally realized the Chronicle's like, what are you shooting at me for? He's taken down Alpha here.
Oh, that was a decision as well. Look at the toxins on Vakash. He's got the 80 as we swap back to him. That means that the call was there. Drop the wall, let me get 2. And instead, the wall going down crumbles the play. Fnatic, still they can make this costly. Remember, they came in with weaknesses, and there's one. Unfake. A little lost in the sauce in the close corner. Spotted, dealt with. Damage done to Yumpy already. Get the round win, unlikely, but how costly can it be? Left to 2 already. Crashies with a chance to bleed their bank dry. The time already gone, but now with Crashies falling, at least 2 will survive for Vitality. Immediate rotate. Kayak's going to the A site. It is the right call, but I thought seeing them there might make them think it was a pump fake, that they were coming in late, but instead, numbers are still going to be here. Opening pick, but one more man to deal with, and they don't know about Crashies either. This could be a big problem. A snake in the grass, but those shots a little too high.
Yeah, he's lost his life to Unfake at the same time. Boaster already tagged a little low. They still have Showstopper. Maybe Kayak needs to do it all. Oh, Prophet down to just 7 HP. But the fact that he lives might be enough to question using that ultimate.
Player standing.
Now surely for Alpha, he can get Profex super low, but looking the right way is going to be the problem. Okay, it's not going to be the problem. That was a headshot as well, so screw his HP. Dragging one more into a fight. Yumpy's down halfway, will be achieved. And a showstopper in the back pocket if he wants it, but a guessing game of Warriors! Alpha here! Another big round!
Kayak is not worried about trying to keep this control. They're still going to commit the boombot on the other side, but he waits! He takes the shot anyway, looking for a little more. Kayak! Well, he did it versus the Eco. He's doing it versus the buy. Pause! What pause? Only Chronicle stands. And this was meant to be the turning point. We spoke about 1vx scenarios. 1v5 needed.
Yeah, that's the problem when you take that little break, but nothing changes when we come back. Fnatic double digits. It's going to turn into 11, and for Vitality running out of time. The big play. They don't have to dump their ults in. Vitality might have to. They're the ones with the pressure on their shoulders, and it starts out with a big ult and a response from Alpha here. He's caught Durka mid-air. Alpha, the anti-air cannon, and Crashies holding down in bathroom, sending Vitality slipping further and further down that scoreboard. The round not done yet, but I wouldn't even be surprised if Vitality saved at this point.
It's kind of a screwed if you do, screw if you don't sort of scenario. You give them 12. As said, earlier in the tournament, when they were playing against like a foot or someone that maybe you consider a bit of a weaker opponent, Fnatic took their foot off the gas. I can tell you for free, it's not going to be happening in this series, even though Alpha get an uncharacteristic whiff. It's not going to last very long. Boaster, he hasn't had to get too many kills so far. He's crazy on the assist, though.
In a row for Vitality, an OT and a map 3. That's what they need.
Durka's turn.
To rewrite history, to defeat Fnatic for the first time in Valorant's history. We often talk about partnership because they were scrappy days in the olden days, but no. Vitality have never found success against this squad, and it may be set to happen again. Durka finding one, but Kayak's hot on his heels with the Durka's just about made it away.
Viper's pit in play. Orbital strike used to try and force them out of lamps. Unfake getting ready to pop out on the other side, and he will manage to deal a death blow. He's being spammed out though by Vekash. His second kill of the round. Time though has been ticking for a while, and as you said, they are throwing everything at this, all the tools in their wheelhouse. Vekash has managed to find Chronicle. That's now the defusal halfway done. They actually have a little bit of time. It has to be someone a little bit healthier. Boaster is gonna go down, and now unfortunately there is nobody left standing. The Red Bull clutch will come through. like I've seen bundle promotion, but this takes it to a next level. Timing is going to be everything. Like the worst thing is they won't even know the second player is there. That one's for free, and now a nasty surprise for Chronicle. So many gaps being left in the behind of Vitality. And well, those are going to sting in the morning, I'll tell you that.
Oh, Crashies with another.
Down A.
This is now Vitality on their last legs, but they won't crumble. Not if Durka has something to say about it. 50 seconds. Alpha on the other side, dominated in so many fights. He gives a chance and Durka takes it. A 1v1. Crashies, the man leading the charge in the last map. And now he stands against the man who used to wave this very same banner with 35 seconds and the spike under his control. A C's still to play with, and post-plant he could even have a reveal. No pressure for Crashies, and he plays it cool! Down goes Durka, down goes Vitality!